I apologize that I didn't make a video for this last week. I didn't budget my time right, and then I had that whole Wolverine event, so I had just no time to film something, so I promise that that won't happen again, and I'm gonna keep going with this, and let's go with The Truman Show. The Truman Show is a movie that follows Jim Carrey, and he plays this guy who 24/7 is just followed around by cameras, and he doesn't know it. He's on a reality show, and people are just watching his every move, and it's this worldwide phenomenon. And you follow the story of how he starts figuring out that the world around him might not be as real as he thinks, and that he might be being watched. Now, going into this movie, I had wanted to see this movie for a long time. I thought the concept was fantastic. It's such an original idea, and I just really hoped that it would be great. This movie is fantastic. I loved this movie all the way through. Starting off with Jim Carrey, he is amazing in this movie. I usually just view him as a comedic actor. I haven't seen him in too many drama-type movies yet. I'm gonna watch more now, though, because I thought he was great in this movie, because there are certain parts where he has to actually joke about stuff, and he does that really well. Jim Carrey's a comedy master. But when the serious parts come in, he does them extremely well, too. I felt bad for his character a lot, because he's a guy who doesn't know what's actually going on around him. He just wants to know the truth, and he just wants to know what's going on and why this is happening to him. And I really enjoyed going on that journey with him. And also in this movie is Ed Harris. He is fantastic. Ed Harris is always great in movies, and here he's just fantastic. He plays the creator of this entire show, and he kind of watches over Jim Carrey or Truman throughout the entire movie, and he just did so well in this movie. His character was one of those, like crazy artist types, like, you gotta keep going with this, we can't stop. And it was really fun to watch. Not necessarily fun. It was really interesting to watch how he was controlling Jim Carrey's world and what he did and where he went and who did this and how that happened, and it was fantastic. One thing I loved about this movie is how important it is, even though it was made 15 years ago, how important this movie is right now, because we have so many different reality shows right now, and so many of them are just fake. And this movie shows how it can affect so many other people, because throughout this movie, you're watching all these people in different places of the world and how they watch this show, like, essentially 24/7, and how it's so important to them, and how they want Jim Carrey to feel good and certain things happening. I really need to discuss spoilers for this movie. So, spoilers, if you don't want to know anything, if you haven't seen this movie, click to this point in the video. But just, alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. This movie, when people are watching him on the screen, I thought it was just so... again, I'm using this word a lot, but this movie is extremely interesting. It's unique, and how they can just go, at the end of the movie, after he walks out of that utopia-ish place, it's just, people just go, alright, well, what else is on the next channel? It's like, oh, that's perfect, because that's how people view TV as it is. You watch something, and it's like, oh, what else is on? Oh, that's cool, let's watch something else. It's just how we get sucked into this TV world, and you just keep going and going and going, and you don't really care about it necessarily. This movie explores so many different themes. I thought it was great how it did that, and it made them all relevant to the movie itself, and relevant to really current times right now. I'm gonna give The Truman Show an A. If you haven't seen it, go check it out right now. It's such a well-made movie. The environments that are created, Jim Carrey is great, Ed Harris is great, and it's such a unique movie. So if you guys have seen The Truman Show, what'd you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, I think that's a camera right there. I think I'm being watched.